This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Monday, May 19th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. Leaders from Fort Wayne International Airport say they're on track to set a passenger travel record for the third straight year. Over 856,000 passengers flew in and out of the airport last year, a 7.6% increase over 2023. With that extra travel, the airport's executive director, Scott Hinderman, said parking has become another hurdle to overcome.
So we thought we were going to be okay for a couple of years for parking. But then this year so far, we're 18% up year over year. And during spring break this year, there was a couple of days we were full. And we took all the employees, all the airlines, and we had them parking off-site. And we were shuttling employees to the airport.
Last week, the Allen County Council approved $5.3 million for 3 projects, with $4.6 million of that going towards a reconfiguration of the terminal exit road. Hinderman said that project will add 500 parking spaces, and it's expected to start in late summer. Multiple airlines are also increasing the size of their aircraft and flight frequency at Fort Wayne. Delta Airlines is adding a second flight on June 8th from Fort Wayne to Detroit. And United Airlines has extended its 4th flight to Chicago through April of 2026. Two-time defending Indianapolis 500 winner Joseph Newgarden and Team Penske teammate Will Power will have to start from the final 2 spots on the grid Sunday after their teams were penalized for violating the rules during qualifying weekend. IndyCar also announced Monday that the team strategists for the number 2 and 12 cars have been suspended for the race. The cars will forfeit their qualification points in pit box selections, and each of the entries has been fined $100,000. It's the second time in just over a year that Team Penske's IndyCar program has been embroiled in controversy. The 2 Penske drivers were found to have made unapproved changes to their car's rear attenuators, a safety device designed to absorb and deduce the force of impacts. IndyCar Series President and IMS President Doug Bowles gave a press conference Monday addressing the situation.
And for us, especially on that stage, we believed that allowing the 2 cars, the 2 and the 12, to start in 12th and 11th was not a sufficient enough penalty and did not present an appropriate enough result for the violation.
Tim Cindric, the president of Penske's IndyCar program, said Power passed inspection, but officials had flagged Newgarden's car, and he was told neither would pass inspection after making their runs. So the cars were pulled from the lineup altogether. From the number 1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
Richmond resident and Recycling Center co-founder Deborah Edelman died over the weekend in Kentucky as a series of storms swept through the region. Edelman was 93. Her death was reported by Russell County Coroner Mark Coots in Kentucky, according to WKYT-TV. Coots told the station that Edelman likely died of carbon monoxide poisoning that was the result of an old faulty generator she was using due to a power outage caused by Friday night storms. Deborah Edelman, along with her husband Jack, who died in 2017, founded Recycling Center Inc. in 1974 and also owned Franklin Iron and Metal Corp. In Dayton, Ohio. The Edelmans donated to many charitable organizations, including the Reed Health Foundation in Richmond and the Ivy Tech Community College System in Richmond. Indiana Governor Mike Braun's administration is getting serious about tolling to make up for falling fuel tax revenue and upgrade aging highways 8 years after former Governor Eric Holcomb's administration backed away from the prospect. INDOT says it's working closely with the governor's office regarding routes, tolling, and more. Indiana has been down the tolling road before. The uptake of fuel-efficient and electric vehicles is expected to cost the state millions, jeopardizing maintenance and expansion plans for vast stretches of crumbling asphalt and concrete. Lawmakers in 2017 recognized that long-term challenge and passed legislation that gave Holcomb the power to add tolls. Holcomb backed away from that idea, but Braun is now signaling he faces a choice between a major increase to the state's gas tax or looking at tolling. Jill and Bryce Morrison, the co-founders of the alcoholic seltzer sensation Mom Water, are this week's guests on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PMC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
Get ready for full throttle coverage as we shift into high gear for Business at the Brickyard, presented by LiUNA with support from the City of Westfield and Daniel's Family Vineyard and Winery. We're giving you the inside track on the powerful connection between motorsports and the Indiana economy. Join us at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and the stories that drive the business of motorsports. So buckle up and join us for Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard coverage all month long.